strategically minded.
At an event organised by the UNF America crew down the street from the convention centre, both Conservatives and Liberals packed into a pub to eat chicken wings, drink beer, and watch Conservative voices try to take on Destiny.
Have you ever fired an AR-15?
Yeah.
So you fired a 5.56. The mathematical odds of him surviving that are infinitesimally small.
They're infinitesimally high if it misses him, or grazes his ear.
Charlie Kirk's been doing this a long time, more than 10 years. Why has it taken the left so long to catch up and still hasn't caught up?
So in this clip, CNN is trying to save their dying network by talking about, edgy things that conservatives and the left are doing, such as, Charlie Kirk and Destiny. CNN is trying to make it seem like Destiny is so cool and doing big edgy thing of debating conservatives, which to me is not the edgiest thing. A lot of people, you are going to notice now, they're starting to lose viewers, even on YouTube. So they're grasping at straws and they're covering things that they normally wouldn't cover. And so right now, CNN is throwing their chance in the bucket, whatever, their chance in the bucket, I don't know how you say it, in the hat, whatever. And interviewing Destiny, who I personally think bombs this interview, because who really cares what Destiny has to say? Okay, for the people who are going to say, Destiny has a bunch of people who watch him, but Destiny is vile and gets way too emotional. But again, CNN is going to have Destiny on talking about the conservatives, talking about MAGA, and the left always loves this kind of talk. As far as, when it comes to January 6th, everything. So let's just go ahead and get right into this clip.
Republicans vertically are very well integrated when it comes to making sure that they're winning elections. Yeah. Right? There's the people who in 2020, they thought the election was stolen in every state, basically, but they still shut up to vote next time. So something is happening there where they're really big on going out and winning elections. And I think that shows at every single level, to where when people are organizing or when people are creating alternative media networks, whether you're talking Tim Pool, influencing other ones like Joe Rogan, or trying to do things with college kids like Charlie Kirk, they're making these events and they're gathering all these different people. For Charlie Kirk, it's school kids, but the single focus is winning elections. It's incredibly important. And somehow I feel like on the left, I don't know how this happened online. Maybe it's because we tend to be younger or whatever, but somehow the party's messaging apparatus, it feels like it's got hijacked from people by people who won't vote for your candidates, which I think is incredibly destructive.
Did the Democrats have anything like this?
Nothing. And I will say, Charlie Kirk is honestly one of the best organizers of our generation. And I think that, as much as I disagree with Charlie Kirk, I believe that what he's doing has worked. And that's why I'm here to replicate what he's doing. I'm not here to, disrupt Charlie Kirk's events. I'm here to say that there are alternative ideas and that we need to build the same thing that he has.
Now, it's funny. All right, what I'll say is this, and I didn't even realize they are interviewing more leftists than Destiny. But what's funny about this is that what Charlie Kirk does, I get it, going to college campuses and stuff, and then that's how you kind of get people into the voting and all of that. And it is important, right? We're not going to act like I'm certainly not going to minimize it. However, I just feel like Charlie Kirk refuses to debate adults, and it is starting to become a little obvious that he's holding back from debating the people he should really be debating. But you do have to give credit where credit is due, and this leftist girl is giving the kind of credit here, I guess, to Charlie Kirk.
Because he is good at it.
Z. Cohen Sanchez has worked more than a decade on Democratic campaigns.
There's no reason why we can't do this. This is not very expensive to do. We have so many PACs on the Democratic side raising millions of dollars, right? We are not a big PAC. We haven't even raised $1 million yet. And we're able to get all of these creators essentially anywhere that Charlie is. And so that's what we really want the Democratic Party to do, is we want to have them to start investing in these movements.
Is the DNC supporting this?
No, not currently.
Why not?
If Ken Martin's watching this, text me back. But really, I think it's disappointing that we haven't been able to see the DNC really get off the ground since
But the DNC doesn't have any policies. And after everything that happened as far as with the elections and losing the elections and everything else, the DNC really, they've not, first of all, before losing the elections, Democrat policies have been insane. They went too far with the identity politics. And that's why you had a lot of people say the Democrats left me, right? So now, okay, you have some influencers who are trying to hold on and fight and you know, keep pushing and whatever you want to call it. But what do Democrats really have to offer? What do they have to offer? What policy can we think of that they have to offer? There's only one position that the Democrats take that, well, no, I would just say mostly the influencers. And not even all of them. Destiny is actually really dumb when it comes to Israel. So that means, to me, it's like, so there's really nothing, no policy that makes sense that comes out of his mouth.
Insults and crude humor, like this tweet Destiny sent, poking conservatives by saying the kids who died in the Texas floods were proof that God doesn't exist.
The tweets you sent about the kids in Texas would probably disqualify you, or would probably have somebody in the upper levels of the Democratic Party say, okay, we'll never work with this guy again.
Yeah.
Do you regret sending those tweets?
I think they have to get over it. I don't regret them. I love poking the bear on the right. I feel like Republicans are so good at owning the space. Republicans do this thing where they say, you know, comedy's legal again and we can joke about anything. But when they say anything, they really just mean like immigrants and black people, right? Because if you make fun of anything on their side, they lose their minds.
I guess is your point that, you know, always trying to take the high ground is clearly not working for Democrats?
One of the things that conservatives stumbled into accidentally, because I think Donald Trump's an idiot, even politically, but they stumbled into this thing where people started to get confused because of what the right and left looked like. And I think they think that you need an extremist platform in order to win elections. But what you really need, I think, is just extremist messaging. I think that's what you need.
Back inside, the packed event
But
giving
extremist messaging about what exactly? Like, what is he even talking about? I mean, extremist messaging to do what? What is the plan exactly? Like, when you ask people like Destiny, what is it that you want exactly that's going to change? I mean, I feel like he's at the point where all he does is rag on conservatives so much. What is the policy that he wants to change? What is the thing that he wants to do? You know, so I mean, like, it's just things. The Democrats have lost messaging completely. Now, the thing about MAGA is if they don't get it together, they're on their way to losing messaging as well. So where does that leave people? I'm hearing a lot of people say more and more today that I'm politically homeless.
its cultural significance is something well known to Kirk because he's part of it.
Oh, it's democratic socialism. It's completely different.
I love this question.
And
I could talk about socialism for hours.
Hello, everyone. I am Charlie Kirk, founder of Turning Point USA, and I am surrounded by 20 woke college kids.
Under a tent with the words, "Prove me wrong," Kirk brought online debater culture directly to hundreds of college campuses during the last election cycle.
We have a problem in Black America. The biggest problem is not racism. It's the lack of dads. When exactly?
I kind of have to, cracks me up. I kind of have to chop it up because the music, I'm almost feeling like I might even have to put a copyright filter on this and everything. But, again, like I said before, I mean, the debate, definitely the street debate thing, it is happening. And nobody can deny, again, that Charlie Kirk was not out here in these college campuses talking to these students. However, what CNN will never say to you and what Charlie Kirk will never say to you is that there are students who are actually now becoming more right than Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk, maybe you did so good that you sent people to someone else, and now they're asking you some serious questions about what conservatives stand for, and you're just kind of not really ready to answer. And we just really have to keep it real about that situation. But it's good to see people coming together live. I think Tim Pool has something he's doing this weekend live. I mean, it's good to engage the people on the streets, or engage an audience. Again, when it comes to Destiny, I don't really know what his plan is, or he calls himself a Democrat. Like, what are you really doing for the Democrats, or where's the policy? What are you fighting for exactly? Like, what is it that I can at least say about Charlie Kirk is that he still, provides the constant information about what Trump is doing, and obviously it's always one-sided, but it is what it is. Destiny, what are you really doing? I don't know what he's doing, but I love seeing him when he goes on Piers Morgan. I'm keeping it real because he gets so crazy, and it is the perfect clip. I wish he'd hurry up and go back on again. Anyway, I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye.